Yes, it says Jamie. I'm just using his account. In case you're wondering, anybody. I see Candice is on already, but we'll just give people a few minutes to let everybody log on because I'm a little early, but no music today, people. Sorry. Kate, you can sing us in maybe. Oh, she left. That was pretty quick. Just kidding.
Like, you haven't heard me singing, you won't want to hear it.
No, I don't know too many people on here that you know, profess to be natural singers, so I'm not gonna ask even.
Hi, Mike.
I think you should though.
Hey, Rebecca, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good. Where are you right now?
I am finally home after working all day. Just got in about 30 minutes ago.
Are you in Kentucky?
I am.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Today was my full day of fitness training, group training, training little dancers until about 8 o'clock at night.
Oh gosh, I'd be exhausted. I don't miss being a PE teacher at all.
You know, it's funny. That's why I drink mimosas on Monday nights. Monday night mimosas is my night. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I was like, you know, I love what I do. I've taught dance for 28 years, like competitive kids, and but I'm kind of getting at that point where it's just like I love doing it, but I'm so much shifting my time into more of this that it's getting difficult for me to spend all those hours training everybody else when I know that I'm shifting this way. It's a good thing. I'm very appreciative and grateful that, you know, I have that, but I'm definitely ready for a shift.
Yeah, I'm way past that. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. So I'm just telling you where I'm at.
Oh yeah, no, I'm so done with that. I still supply teach, ironically, but just to keep it current. So I'm gonna get going pretty quick here, just because Candice is on already, and I don't want to keep her. And we've just got a little bit of paperwork to get through really fast. I'm just gonna make sure everybody's muted, so Christine doesn't drop any F-bombs while we're doing this.
I'm falling asleep over here.
Oh, yeah, see, there you go. Is that you, Jack? Okay, so real quickly, I'm just going to share a couple things really fast. Let's record this really fast before I get in trouble.
Wow, that was what, 4 years ago?
If you guys could mute yourselves, that'd be awesome. Those of you jumping on late. Okay, we're recording. So real quickly, let's take a look at the past month real fast. Here's the top team builders really quickly. And again, this is people adding coaches. Can you see that, Rebecca? I can see your face, just a thumbs up. Cool. So again, Kim at 20, Pinky is, where are you there? Pinky's at 7, David at 7. So a good month considering it was technically what I would call kind of a slow month. So congrats to anybody who is on there. Again, lots of people in the 2s as well. Let's go to the next slide really quick. Which one should we do? Let's go to volume. I should have saved that one till the end because we're gonna, oh, sorry, one sec. I will save volume till the end. Let's go to the SC leaderboard. There we go. And shocker, Kim's at the top again with 56 and Pinky with 28. Again, look at all those people who actually hit SC. And then look at all the people who were either 2 or 4. That's insane. That really is insane. That's massive. So congrats if you made the board, whether you're 1 or 56. You're doing something pretty cool. And then let me go to the last board, which was the one I really wanted to do. I think I lost it. 1 second. Yeah, this is the one. 1 second. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. There we go. Hopefully you can see that one, because this is a great one to lead into this call with. Can you see the leaderboard there? Somebody just give me a thumbs up. So again, volume is so important, and leading into our call tonight, look at all the people up there. Again, great month, obviously, for Kim, but when you're getting over 2,000, that's pretty awesome. And even to get 500, it means you're doing something pretty special. So congrats to everybody up on that board. Alethea, Sue, Mona, congrats to you, Pink, and Rachel and Annette as well. Awesome month, you guys. So I'm going to get right into this and introduce Candice really fast. I know I went through that quick. Before we do that, sorry, real quickly, any recognitions anybody wants to shout out real fast? Go ahead.
Today, one of my coaches, she got her very first sale, and she's been working out. She's only been at it for about 3 weeks, and she's been really staying diligent. And so Hope Gibson, she got her very first sale, and she texted me and was on fire. So I was really excited for her.
That always feels good.
Yeah, for her, that's great.
Any other recognition?
I do.
Cool.
My coach Rose went Emerald.
Awesome.
Yeah, she went with me to Super Saturday, and she kind of lit a fire in her, I think. So she went Emerald, and she led our focus group and our wellness community for the first time. So I'm excited for her.
Events, I can't say enough about events. If you're not going to events, then I don't know. It's like you're missing a huge part of this business. So any others while we're at it?
I have one.
Cool. Go ahead, Lexi.
Katie France, who's on this call, went Emerald this past week. Shout out to her. Good job, girl.
Congrats. Emerald's such an awesome first step.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Jamie.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, okay, so my brand new coach, Krista Smith, I'm not sure if she's on the call tonight. She has some late nights, but she did reach Emerald. She has been crushing the coaching academy and just doing all her vital. She's just showing up everywhere in our groups, showing up on social media. And so she reached Emerald, and super proud of her. So
cool.
Shout out to her. Yeah.
Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome.
And yes, I'm using Jamie's account once again.
I have one, Mike.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
I have two. So huge shout out to Tiffany. She went Emerald today, so as of Thursday, but I'm going to shout her out today. And another shout out to Patricia. She's brand new with us. And again, it was all from Super Saturday. So she came with us as just a client. It lit a fire in her, and she's decided to start the biz. So congrats to her and welcome.
Cool. And start thinking about the next Super Saturday, because it's actually focused solely for bringing people who are interested in the coach opportunity. It's going to be kind of like a little live sneak peek. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a little bit different. Any others?
I do. I have a coach, Laurie. Again, I'm not sure if she's on this call or not, but she made the decision to work the business. She's been a discount coach for a little bit now, and she just slowly started to post a little bit more motivational things. And it was actually her son that said how proud of her she was, that she was posting that. and that has lit a fire under her, and she is just going after it. And she's now taking a lead in our challenge groups, and really just motivating all of these other clients that we have. So super proud of her, and I'm so excited.
Cool. It's always neat to see people, and something lights fires under different people, right? Thanks for that. Anybody else? Going once, going twice, forever hold your peace. Okay, so let's introduce Candice. Now, I love this call because I'm all about genealogy, volume, all the boring shit that people don't really like to talk about. Yet to me is what separates the great coaches from just the average everyday people, because they really get the business side of this. I've been lucky enough to be both in Shift Shop test group with Candice and now in the Morning Meltdown 100, which is pretty cool. I know, did you do a double today?
I did, because Mother's Day was kind of a wash. I was like, I'll just do doubles tomorrow.
Yeah. So I've been lucky enough to kind of been watching Candice. Candice also has 4 kids, so she's definitely busy. And we're going to get to hear from her and how she and her team kind of use volume. And again, if you're new, just remember that volume, as you start to grow your team, relates solely to income. To me, that's what this is about. Jamie and I are business people. That's why I got into this. Yes, if you don't love helping people, this business won't work. But for me, this is a business. I joined this to make money. And this talk is going to be amazing for some of you. It's probably going to connect the dots for some of you who are like, you think helping people's over here and that income thing is kind of over here. Candice is hopefully going to kind of connect the dots for us today. So without further ado, Candice, welcome to the Crush It call. Jamie and Kim are on vacay, so I'm kind of subbing in for them on this one, but thanks for agreeing to do this for me. So welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight. And I love how many of you showed up for a Monday night call. That's so awesome. And you're just such an amazing team. Just from looking at that leaderboard, I was so impressed with all of you. It's really just, I bet it's so awesome for all of you to see each other just thriving. So thank you for being here. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit of my story before I get started, just so you can know a little bit about me. I don't know if any of you know who I am, but I started this business December of 2012. At that time, I only had 2 kids, and they were 3 and 1. And at that time, I was a stay-at-home mom. It was like my second year as a stay-at-home mom. I knew I always wanted to be one, and I knew it would come at a financial sacrifice, but I was willing to make it. I had been bartending on the side probably, I don't know, for 12 years at that point. And so when I decided to stay home, I was like, well, you know what? I'll just bartend on the weekend and, I'll make money that way. And I did. I killed it. I worked in nightclubs downtown Boston, and some restaurants, and I was doing really well. I was making, $600 to $800 a weekend, which was really good for a stay-at-home mom, only working Friday and Saturday night from 10 to 2. The problem is that I would get home and I'd be exhausted, and then I literally would be recovering for days just from the exhaustion. So at that time, that Beachbody presented itself. The bar had slowed down a lot for me. Sorry, I'm like I said, I'm from Boston, so I'm really trying to pronounce my R's so I don't throw you guys all off tonight. So if I sound weird pronouncing them, that's why. So anyway, at that time that Beachbody presented itself, my income had slowed down a lot. And I was only making $100 a week, and some weeks I'd get cut. And my husband was also self-employed. He has a landscaping business. So it was getting really tight. And so I would, at that time, now I didn't come from poor family. my family came from Italy in 1971, very, very hard workers. But me, I was very independent and I was struggling a little bit. So at that time I was on WIC, fuel assistance, and a free diaper program. And if I was late to pick those diapers up, they would call me. And I hated going in for them. I don't care that they were free. I hated it. And they would call me sometimes the next day, like, you didn't come in for your diapers. And I was like, and one day I was like, you know what? I don't want your diapers. Okay. I don't want anybody calling me being like, oh, you didn't come get something because, you need it. I would sit in the supermarket line and sweat as they would match up the tuna on my WIC check. Like, I didn't get the right tuna. I needed like the sun-kissed and not the bumblebee or whatever. So, and I would sit there and people would be behind me and I was like, they're judging me. Like, they're like, who's this girl? She probably doesn't work. Meanwhile, I've always had like 3 jobs. I used to do surveys, the surveys like, come try this coffee and we'll pay you $50. Or I did breastfeeding surveys. Like, I did everything. I was like, show me how to earn money. I did the surveys. I was dictating transcripts at home for a lawyer. I was making calls for my chiropractor friend to make appointments. I was bartending. What else was I doing? I mean, I was like selling things around my house. So when Beachbody came, I was in that spot. And so I posted on Facebook that I was going to eat salads every day for the rest of my life. And a friend of mine from high school reached out and was like, oh, you should join my Beachbody team. And I was like, what is she talking about? Like, I legit thought it was like a wet t-shirt contest. Like, I had no idea what Beachbody was. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, I'll send you these shakes. So anyway, she sent me the shakes. She sent me a couple, like a booklet to go with it. I read the booklet and I was like, I don't care how much these shakes cost. I'm buying them because I need them. I was unhealthy. Like, I was like the skinny fit person. People would be like, oh, you look so good. And I'm like, I'm not eating. Like, I was in the thralls of like being a stay-at-home mom. I was eating things off the high chair. Like, it was just not good. But as a mother, I had dreams for my family. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to take my family on vacation. I wanted a safe car. A couple of years before we had our first, I had a car burned down in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. My husband was driving it. I forget where the heck he went. He came in the house. He's like, hon, the car's on fire. I'm like, what? He's like, the car's on fire. So I had an unsafe car, so I really wanted a safe car. Like I told you guys, my family, they came from Italy. And so I grew up going to Italy with my family. And I wanted to give that to my kids. I wanted to give them that same upbringing. But WIC, fuel assistance at a free diaper program, was not going to do that. So the business presented itself. They said, turn emerald. I turned emerald like the first week. I was like, what's diamond? I got to diamond. It took me 4 months. I was 1 star in like 6 months. And so the story goes. 12-star diamond, 4-time elite. I've sponsored, I think, roughly 25 diamonds. And I was really, really hungry, guys, to make money. Like, I didn't want to be broke. And so I worked really freaking hard with a 3 and 1-year-old. And I wanted to learn how to make this business work and how to make money. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So there's a few things that people will tell you when you sign up. And one is turn emerald. And you should sign your spouse, or you should, have that family account. And that's what I did. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you're compliant with the P&P always. Make sure you read that. It's very important. So whatever I say tonight, I'm making sure that you also check the log to make sure that you're doing everything according to what's right. Okay? Now, when I signed my husband up, he knew I signed him up. I said, hun, we're starting a family business. You in or you out? He's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I trust you, so let's do this. Okay? So I signed him up. And, the guy that signed me up was all about the numbers. And he was like, listen, here's what you're going to do. You're going to work your spouse account and you're going to cycle off of that volume. So I was like, okay, sounds good. So tonight, what I'm going to talk to you about is the 3-day refresh and how you're going to use that spouse account. But just how you're going to generate volume in general. Okay. So the 3-day refresh, guys, is my baby. Okay. It is my little baby and I love it so much. I love it for so many reasons. Number one, It's cheap. People love cheap, okay? People buy tubes of toothpaste for 25 bucks. They buy leggings for 25 bucks. And they will buy the 3-day refresh for the 69 bucks, okay? Unless they already have Shakeology, they can get it for less, right? Another reason why I love the 3-day refresh, guys, is because there's a lot of team volume attached to the 3-day refresh, okay? For those of you that are familiar with team volume, an all access challenge pack has 37 or 47. Mike, can you correct me on that? I mean, yeah, Mike. I looked at Mike and then said Jamie. Is it 37 or 47?
I think it might be 37.
Okay, I'm
37. 37.
Yes, okay. So the All Access Challenge Pack has 37 team volume points, okay? The 3-day refresh has 52, okay? So awesome. This is like, it's kind of like everybody's going crazy selling challenge packs, okay? So to speak, a little bit better, but you're not going to get that second month of the shakes, but we're going to talk about how exciting this is because it's an easy sell. So last year, my team had one of the highest volume weeks we had all year alongside 2B Mindset by doing what I'm going to teach you guys tonight. Now, if you guys remember, 2B Mindset was like out of control. Volume wise, like it was an amazing week. I had an amazing paycheck, but I also had an amazing paycheck the week we did this 3-day refresh push, okay? So there's a couple things that you can do here, okay? You can set up a Snoop group. I don't know if you guys have done Snoop groups. It's almost like a sneak peek, but it's a Snoop group about whatever program it is that you're doing. Our Snoop group has 3 posts. That's it. Nobody can post besides an admin. The 3 posts have a little montage video of like all testimonials. It's like 3 minutes, and I had people on my team just give me a 3-minute testimonial. I'm sorry, like 30-second testimonial on why you love the 3-day refresh. I blended them all together. That was post 1, welcome to the group. Post 2 is I snapshotted a picture of what the food guide looks like. Okay, you guys know what that looks like? And number 3 is the menu, which I'm gonna show you. And this is like, the menu is my absolute favorite part, okay? So, now we take that and we also put it in a Google Doc template. Now you guys will know your audience. You'll know whether your person's gonna thrive in that group or whether they're gonna thrive on a template. For me, lately, the Google Doc is what works. If they're interested, I send them the document. I'll say I'll check in with you tomorrow, all right? Now, how are we gonna get people interested in this? So now you're all like, all right, Candice, tell me, how are we gonna do this? First of all, you have to have a start date in mind. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about what we did with Easter. So idea number 1, you give your team an 8 p.m. post challenge. Now, if there's one thing that I've learned from my coaches is that they're not really sure what to post. I know what to post. I've done it for 6 years. I know what posts work and I know what posts don't work. Sometimes I find before and after pictures to be white noise. So I don't always advertise a program or whatever with a before and after photo. I like to use engaging conversation starters. The first thing that I did for this post-Easter cleanse is I said, so first of all, I call it a cleanse. I don't call it the refresh, or I call it a detox. And I say, would anybody be interested in doing a 3-day cleanse with me after Easter? I promise you, you can eat real food. That right there, it's like bing, 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 bing. All of a sudden, everybody starts commenting. Why? Because it's 3 days and because they can eat food. Okay, so that's your first post idea. The second idea is you can do a poll on your Insta story, which, once again, do you want to eat food? Do you want to starve? Like, make it funny. Do you want to eat food or do you want to starve? If people like eat food, great. Now you message them because it's so easy. It's literally so easy. The third thing is a poll on Facebook. I love these because now you can pick a GIF. So I'll say, if you were to do a 3-day cleanse, would you rather eat food, drink juice? Okay, and you put little photos. Make it funny, like be creative with it, all right? And now the last idea is to send donuts. Now, I don't know if you guys do this. It's really super uncomfortable, but I promise once you rip the Band-Aid off, you're gonna love doing this anytime that there's a launch. So are you guys, just show of hands, are you guys familiar with text replacement? Yeah, no? Okay, so I'm gonna rock your world right now real quickly. So for those of you that have an iPhone, if you go into your keyboard, into your settings, you can actually, so go under general, go under keyboard, and then you're gonna go under text replacement, okay? You can type, let's say, ZZ, okay? So you type ZZ, and then you can type your invite. So mine will be like, hey mama, or hey, whatever. I like to do first name, don't do girl, mama, friend, babe, don't do that. Say, even if you're gonna do hey in your text replacement, make sure you also put their name in, okay? So I'll say, hey, this may or may, how are you, honey? Oh my gosh, long time no talk. Listen, this may or may not interest you, but we're doing a 3-day cleanse after Easter. You can eat food. I thought it might be something that you're interested in. Would you want to get some more info on that? Something real easy, something that sounds like you're talking and not super inviting. I just kind of spit that out off the top of my head. All right. Now take 15 minutes, not tonight, but take 15 minutes and see how many people you can send that message to. For me, I start at A and I start messaging all the A's and see how many people I can get done in 15 minutes. All right. So my whole team, we will do this together one night, and it's like we say who sent out the most invites, and people comment 56, 60, and we have so much fun doing it, and it's so scary, but like honestly, do you want to make money or do you want to be scared? Okay. So now once people are interested, you'll send them a message and be like, hey, thanks for your interest in the cleanse. We have a group. It's only 3 posts. It explains everything from soup to nuts. I'll pop you in there and I'll tag you in post 1. Sound good? Question mark. Always end with a question mark. Sound good? Oh, great. They always say yes. Okay, sure. Add them in, tag them in post 1. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Don't add them. I want you to share the group in the message and let them add themselves. Okay? Because as you guys know, when you add people, they have to approve it. But as soon as they say yes, that they're interested, send them the group. They always will join group, always. And then it's easy for you to tag them in the first post. Okay? Tag them in the first post. That's it. And now you have your whole team do this at the same time. Okay? Make it, let's say, Monday through Friday, and everybody's doing it every single day. Now, there's obviously a deadline. Everybody that orders by Wednesday, May 15th at midnight will be entered into a raffle for a $50 Amazon gift card. When you order, comment below with your order, and you will get 1 entry into the raffle. Okay? Sign up as a coach with your order, you get 2 entries into the raffle. All right? And people go crazy. Now, I'm gonna show you guys where the magic happens. Now, when I am talking to my prospects, I always allow them to make the decision. I never push on them, get the challenge pack, that's me, because I want them to make the decision, okay? So I have created a menu, and I'm gonna show you guys, if you don't mind, I'm gonna screen share what this menu looks like. Hold on one sec. All right. You guys see this? You can see my screen? Yep, okay, cool. So here is the menu. Option 1, 3-day refresh without Shakeology. Option 2, 3-day refresh with Shakeology. And then option 3, 4, and 5 are challenge packs, okay? Now, I allow the people to make the decision on what pack they want. As soon as they see these prices, they're like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna do this. I sold, the week that we did this, I sold 7. Okay, that's a lot of volume. 7 3-day refresh kits is a lot of volume. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share there. All right. So guys, now to be honest, anytime we have launches on my team, we give them menus. We like thrive off of menus. And I'm going to tell you something else about these menus. It allows coaches that like can't have a hard time hitting Success Club or just selling anything in general. It really makes them confident. It makes them so confident, guys. I had a girl on my team. She, brand new coach. She was a discount coach, just started working the business. This group, I think she sold 7 or 8 3-day refreshes and signed 3 coaches from this 3-day refresh push. This 3-day refresh push will give your coaches and yourself confidence, because you can sell a lower ticket item real easily. And the other thing too, guys, is people love the 3-day refresh. And then when they're done, they're like, I want more Shakeology, or how can I? So I want you guys also to remember that Lindsay Matway, when she joined Beachbody, she didn't join with the challenge pack. She joined with P90X that I think she bought off an infomercial. Melissa Hadley, she bought Insanity off of Craigslist. Okay. You just want people to get their foot in the door. And this on my team brings in so many people. Okay. So many. So once again, you want to have a system here where you're going to get them in. You want them to buy by a certain date. And you know what? When you realize that your team is still shoveling people in, you can do another one the following week. Okay, great. We're going to have wave 2. Last year, we had like 4 waves. We were like shoveling people in with this 3-day refresh for like a month. It was like out of control. And we're actually doing it right now too. And what's awesome is right now we're between launches. So we just had the Ultimate Portion Fix, and now we're going into Morning Meltdown, but we have a big gap here. So this is a really good fill the hole type thing to do as a team to get volume pushing through. Now, all of these orders, they go through your spouse account, okay? Obviously your spouse knows you're doing this, but this is going to be shoveling volume. I have one girl on my team. Her, she's a 2-star. So this all went through her second business center. I think she sold like close to 20, and she made, I don't know, like $600 that week. Yeah, it's just crazy. And that month, I believe she made 2, because we were doing the refresh. She'd actually taken a year off from coaching. She had some family stuff that went on. And when she came back, she's like, I can't believe it. I just came back. I'm crushing the 3-day refresh, and I made $2,000 this month.
Can I ask you a couple quick questions just as they were coming up before we forget them? How many times a year will you run this, like a promotion like this?
So I tend to do it between launches. So like right now is ideal. So that's when I'm doing it. I'm doing it in between launches. It's just a perfect way to fill the hole in.
Keep that volume going.
Yeah, just keep the coaches engaged.
And then for people who just buy the 3-day refresh and not a challenge pack, do you run like a 3-day challenge group for them?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. So we have a huge team-wide 3-day refresh group. So it's like a big party. Let's get everybody in here. And coaches make the best challengers. So in the group that we have right now, I think it's got maybe 1,000 people in it. So it's like people from last year are still in this group. So we just keep reusing the same group and keep adding people in, maybe spark some old people. So yeah.
And I'm just going to backtrack just for new people really fast. 2 ways to make income with this. Number 1 is the commission off selling the 3-day refresh. So I'm just going to use round numbers. Let's say it's $100. You're going to make the 25% commission off that. The better way to do it is to have like Candice said, have your spouse sell it, because your family is still making that 25%. It doesn't matter. It's going in the same bank account. But if you're looking at 50 team volume points for that, let's say that girl sold 20 of them, that's 1,000 team volume that's below you, that's on that weak side. So again, you're new. The second way to make income is you have volume coming up your one side, and you need volume on that other side to make what's called the cycle bonus if you're an emerald of $14. Okay? So if you are a new coach and you have a spouse down here and he's not selling anything, all you're making is commission. You're not making what's called the cycle bonus, which is the second income. When you have balanced volume coming up both sides, that is where someone like Candice or Jamie, Kim, myself, we're probably 95% cycle bonus now, whereas new coaches, you're all commission, because we've figured out how to get that volume on that weak side of ours where our spouse is. So if that new girl who sold 20, that's 1,000 volume points. What's times 10 times 14? That's just an extra $140 she makes on top of her commission. I know that was a lot of math, but once you get going, if you can capitalize on that weak side, like Candice was saying, putting it through a spouse account or a mom account, that's where your income really starts to grow. Sorry, Candice, there's so much information, and I know some people were like, oh.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, obviously guys, it depends what your goals are. Like if you're like, I Success Club, I do that. Okay, then by all means, like go, if someone's going to buy that, if you want to put it through your account, that's fine. But just know that if you put it through your spouse, you're going to double dip in our comp plan. Okay, so not only are you going to get the commission, but you're going to get all that volume on your weak leg that's going to counteract your other side, and you're going to cash in. Okay, or your husband or you will bank volume. So once you guys learn the comp plan and how it works, then you can be more strategic with how you do things. But if you're just putting everything under you, you're just keeping it for yourself. And the other thing too, guys, is when you put those orders through your spouse, like let's say your spouse is, 5 levels down, let's just say. Every single person between spouse and you is going to get that volume also. And so the motto on my team is everybody wins in 2019, because we're talking about spouse accounts, family accounts, because we want everybody on the chain to get fed. All right. I see a bunch of questions here. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to open them up. I'm just going to check real quick.
While she's checking, if you want, I will go over the 101 of how to cycle bonus after Candice is done, just so we don't go further. I know some people are interested, some people it boggles their mind, but I'll give you the cycle bonus 101, the second way to make income that most of us now use after this call's kind of over. So
I just saw one of the questions was like, could you do this with like a 21-day group? We actually did this with Shift Shop. Was it last year? Yeah, last year we had a Shift Shop group, and we also did menus for that, and we did put the DVDs on there. And the DVD is like, I don't know, $59. Once again, we let them make the decision. I'd rather not lose the customer, So I give them every option. So here, you can buy Shift Shop. You can buy Shift Shop with the markers. You can buy, the challenge pack. Or no, I'm sorry. You can buy the deluxe kit. You can buy the challenge pack or whatever. So I give them every option. And you know what? I sold like 3 DVD sets, but they're important. I always say, people are points. We want to help everybody. And it's so important that we give them all the options and not just the options that work to our recognition benefit. So that's that. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll open it up in case anybody has any questions for Candice, whether it's about volume or anything.
Could I ask a question?
Shoot.
I'm fairly new to this. I just, well, I've been doing it for a while under my coach, but I became to be a coach 2 weeks ago. And I just was wondering, with this 3-day refresh, can this be people that are not with Beachbody? Can you open this up to them?
Yeah, well, it's for anybody.
So they don't have to be a Beachbody purchaser in order to join?
Oh, no, they have to buy the 3-day refresh.
But my question is so if they're not on Beachbody just yet, and is this a way of bringing them in by putting this out there and asking if they want to do a challenge on the 3-day refresh?
Yeah, like it could be for anybody. Like I'll message, it can be for customers, non-customers, it can be for coaches. It's literally for anybody. Anybody can do it. They don't need to like have an account or anything. This is but like when I did this on my team, I also went to all my coaches and I said, hey, we're doing this. Do you want to do it with us? And so I got them to purchase it as well. So yeah, you want to, help as many people as you can with this. People love it. You get results. It's a guarantee Grand Slam for your customer.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks. Anyone else? I just saw Erna. So your 3-day refresh group is open until the purchase deadline. When do you close it? When the 3-day refresh starts? It just depends on the activity. Like if people are still interested, I am not going to shut the door. So we just like keep bringing people in. And then we'll kind of gauge it and see if it slows down naturally, then we just like let it be. Our 3-day refresh group on our team is kind of like always ongoing. Like I've kind of embedded it in my team to always sell the 3-day refresh. So I feel like that's just something that we're always selling at all times. Maybe not at this strength, but it's just something we always have going on. Angie, so you and your team put a menu together that you all follow and post in the group. Yeah. You know what I'll do is I'll forward Mike the template for the Snoop group. And you guys can it's super simple. It's legit 3 posts. And I will give you the menu as well. Sahar, can you repeat what you were saying about the gift card idea and giving them the option to sign up as a coach? Yes. So, we basically, in order to get people off the fence to order, we give them a date that they need to order by, and we also give them an incentive. Like anybody that orders will go into a raffle for a $50 Amazon gift card, but you have to order by this date and you have to post your screenshot of your order down below. So, and you can come up with any kind of idea. I'll be like, if you get option 1, if you order a refresh, you get 1 entry. If you order a refresh and sign up as a coach, you get 2 entries. If, you can do whatever you want. If you get a challenge pack and sign up as a coach and you get a box of bars, you get 3 entries. Like you can do whatever, So.
Do you run flash sales?
We do. We haven't done them in a while. We usually will do them. When do we do them? Yeah, when things are stale.
Yeah.
Like in between, just to get people excited. We'll probably do one again soon, actually.
Yeah, now it's a good time too.
Yeah, it is a good time. You're right.
If nobody has any more questions, thank you for explaining that. I know there's probably going to be a gajillion questions afterwards once people watch that. Oh, there's some more questions coming in. I'll let you.
Yeah, Heather, I will give you the template. The first is a testimonial video. The second is the food guide, and the third is the menu. So I will give Mike the template, and you can copy paste. And then it says, how long do you allow for orders to come in before you start the group? It's just ongoing.
But let's say you, in order to get the entry in, you have to have it in by Friday. When will your group start?
So we usually give them about a 2-week buffer.
Okay.
So let's say if if I was going to do a group, everyone, so let's say everybody has to order by May 15th, I would make the start date Memorial Day, May 27th. Actually, to be honest, guys, like if I was going to do like a Memorial Day, a post-Memorial Day something, which actually that's a really good idea. You could do a group like this week, just tell everybody they have to order by Friday so they get their stuff, because you have to say 5 to 7 business days. So I would be safe with that. And then you could just say rolling start date, you know, who's starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, just throw people in the group.
Right. Cool. Yeah, we've done them before, but definitely needs to be something that we focus on, especially like even this sounds, even just the coaches on this page purchasing the product along with customers is just going to drive everybody's income up as well. And it also creates that buzz with the customers. It just becomes this expanding volume machine.
Yeah. And it's like I said, guys, it's an easy sell. You can sell something that's $60. Like, you know, it's just easy and people love it. And people don't want to, a lot of people don't want to do the programs. They want to like a quick fix, which I hate that. I'm like, come on, diet and exercise, guys, let's be serious. But people really like a quick fix. So this appeals to the masses. Erin, do you feel you need a holiday to really sell it? Do people really want to do a detox when it isn't a holiday? You know, we use the holidays like we did like post Easter, post Memorial Day, you know, post 4th, like, because people equate the holidays with overeating. So, I mean, you could just, there's always a holiday, so you can just attach a holiday to it.
Cool. Thanks for sparking that. I know what we can chat about, and what I'll do is I'll share all the information that Candice shares with us in Crush It as well, so everybody can access it. But thanks. Yeah, I think it's definitely something we'll have to look at, because it's fun to do team-wide, just because you get more engagement that way as well, as opposed to doing it with just a few people. So yeah, something we'll look at. Thanks so much, Candice.
You're welcome, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight. Go crush it.
Appreciate it. And if you guys want to stick on, I'll talk a little bit about cycle bonuses really fast. Thanks, Candice.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
So yeah, real quickly, just to clarify a couple things there. If you're just selling BOD, or if you're selling the 3-day refresh, those are the things you definitely want to put through a spouse account. You should usually hit SC10 first yourself, especially if you're an Emerald. Then it's okay to pass off the challenge packs. We had a team call with Liz today, and it was funny how she said it was so hard for her at first to give up her SC points to her husband because he was below her. She wanted them all. And I don't know if Rachel's probably on here, and she was like, yeah, it was hard for me too. But you're literally losing, for some people, hundreds of dollars a month by, if you have a spouse, once you get past SC10, not putting them through whoever is lowest on the genealogy tree. It goes in the same bank account anyway. It really does. And unless it's Team Cup month where you need that recognition, the lower your volume is on your tree for somebody that you know, that you have access, like my wife, I'm here, Angel's here. Okay? She's on my weak leg. My strong leg has Jacqueline on here, Alethea is on my strong leg, Rachel's on my strong leg. I have so many people selling things on my one right-hand strong leg. I need volume, and I'm using you guys as well as an example, and I'm going to use Heather there, Heather Nickel. She has all this volume on one side. In order to tap into I have, I think, $80,000 sitting there on my right-hand side. I cannot touch any of that money unless I start getting some volume on my weak side. And the way it works is, for every 200 team volume points on one side and 100 team volume points on another, now you kind of know a 3-day refresh is 50. So let's say someone sells 4 refreshes on my right-hand side. It can be Alethea, Rachel, all of Rachel's coaches, all of Alethea's coaches. For every 4 3-day refreshes that are sold on my one side and 2 on this side, as a diamond coach, I make $18. I don't have to do anything. That's $18 on top of the commission that I'm making. So when I sell that, when Angel sells that, who's below me on my weak side, we're making the commission anyway. We share it, right? Plus, I get to capitalize on the 2 refreshes she's selling to make that extra $18 on top of the commission. If I just sell it, I only make the commission because there's no volume coming up to me. That volume goes to Jamie, okay? So the reason we do that, when you're an Emerald coach, you make $14 per cycle. Diamond coach, it's $18 per cycle. What I do is I hit SC10, and then I put everything else through whoever is lowest, either Angel or myself. I'm not even going to talk about second business centers because that makes us far more money, okay? So easiest way to explain it is on your one side, for every 4 refreshes you sell, and for every 2 on the weak side, you make an extra $14 on top of that commission that you're making selling them yourself. Is that sort of clear? Even if you don't quite understand genealogy, everybody has a right side and a left side. It's just like a genealogy tree, okay? I always used to use challenge packs. For every 2 challenge packs you sell and every 1 you make $14, but it's actually not true. 3-day refreshes are way more valuable. Yeah, so like when I sell something myself, if I sell a 3-day refresh, I just make the 25%. That's it. That's it. Because the volume goes up. I don't capitalize on that volume. When Angel, my wife, sells the 3-day refresh, we make the 25%, but because I'm above, that volume always flows up. I also get to capitalize on that cycle bonus, right? Where I'm balancing out the 2 sides. And you have to be Emerald to get cycle bonuses. That's why it's important to sign up a spouse. And that's why it's so important to hit Emerald. And that's why we talk about it on the Getting Started Right call, but we don't want to confuse you with cycle bonuses on that first call because it would just confuse the heck out of you. But that's why, yes, Erna, volume flows up. That's why if you're just selling challenge packs and there's nobody on your weak side, even if you're an Emerald, you will never, ever, ever capitalize on that second form of income, which is cycle bonuses, okay? You need somebody below you, either your team, another coach on that weak side, selling volume, team volume. Any questions? If there is, just unmute yourself. But that's, to me, every week I go into my back office and I check out my volume on my left side, my right side. I check out Angel's volume on her left side, on her right side. I check out the volume in my second CBC on my right side, my left side. I check out the volume on my third CBC on my left side and my right side, because when I have a business builder, I need to put them in a spot where I have no volume because I want to capitalize on cycle bonuses everywhere I can. And I know it's kind of confusing if you're new, but that's where the income is in this business, okay? It's like, Jack, if you guys, who's at the top? Which one of you? Okay, so do you know what your carryover volume is on each side? And just say yes or no. I can't hear you, you're muted. Sorry.
No,
Good.
I don't know exactly, but I've looked before, and I know I have a ton on my loft, a lot.
Yeah.
On my weak side.
So she knows she has a ton of volume here from possibly Jamie putting people down there or Kim putting people down there. So what they want to do is, when they get a business builder, put it on the opposite side so that volume flows back up and you can capitalize off all those other people selling challenge packs on the other side. Because if you never build up your left-hand side, all you're going to be doing is what I call working retail the rest of your life, okay? You're just working behind the cash, selling challenge packs. which is totally fine. There's great business in that. But the big money, and I'm not trying to sound greedy, but the big money is when you can start getting volume on your weak side and earn the second type of income, which for most of us, if you're new, you're 100% commission. For a lot of us now, it's the exact opposite. I'm 95% cycle bonuses and like 5% commission based on the challenge packs I sell, because this whole team does so well. Sorry, I'm just gonna see if there's any questions. Feel free to unmute yourself. Yeah, so you have to get to Emerald, I'm pretty sure, and this is one I don't know, but I think you have to get to Emerald. No, I think that volume stays there, to be honest with you. It doesn't. You have to be Emerald to bank that, Shalene? I'm not 100% sure. I know once you go inactive, it washes out and you lose all your volume if you're inactive. That's why you should never go inactive, ever, ever, ever. Because you could have like $40,000 worth of volume sitting there. You go inactive, it's like flushing the toilet. It's gone and you start over. But it carries over, and that's what I was talking to Jack about, is it sits there and it builds and builds. It's called carryover volume. And you can go look at it in your back office. You just go into it, you go to the left, you look at volume, carryover volume, and you'll see like this massive, some of you have massive amounts of volume sitting there. And it sits there until you can start canceling it off. 2 over here, 1 over here, $14, yay. 200, 100, $14, yay. And you cycle that out every week until the one side's left at 0 again. It's like, ah, crap, I got to build that up again.
Mike, how do you stay active? Is it by you purchasing yourself, or do you have to have people buying underneath you?
You have to have 50 PV, which is either you purchasing it or your customers. But, and I'm going to be blunt because most people in here aren't my coaches. If you're looking at making income on here and you're not buying at least 50 PV worth of product, you're not a product of the product, and you're not going to do well in this business. You just won't. If you're not using the products, if you're not working out, most people who do that aren't going to really do that well in this business. Everybody I know who's done well in this business, when a new program comes out, they do it. When a new product comes out, they try it. And I know not everybody can afford it, but a coach sampler pack, if you live in Canada, is 52 PV, which keeps you active, and it's incredibly inexpensive. I think it's like $50. And you get like 8 samples of Shakeology, you get hydrate samples, you get energized samples. You gotta invest in this business at least to stay active. And if you're relying on the people below you to buy stuff to stay active so you don't have to buy anything, your business really isn't gonna grow. People aren't gonna see you. I don't go on and say, buy Shakeology, look, I'm doing it. People just see you doing it. It creates this consistency. It gives you something to talk about. But if you're not purchasing the products that we're selling, it's almost hypocritical to me.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Not trying to be harsh, but it'd be like me working for Apple, walking around with a Samsung phone. It does it as a business person. It makes no sense to me.
True.
Sorry if that came across harsh, but any other questions? Sorry, I get excited about genealogy and volume. It's just, it just like, I don't know. To me, that's like the math behind being successful in here. Yes, posting and all that stuff. But yeah, to me, it's fun. And it's cool because then you start to understand why it's so important to tag everybody and to see Shalene doing so well and to see Elda doing so well, because you start to realize, holy shit, if Elda's that means I do well. It's like a no-brainer. It just, because when we're all doing well, we all benefit. And you saw Candice say, everybody wins in 2019. It's because you want everybody to, this business, there's nothing like it. No other teaching, you don't have that kind of, income math. You can get off anytime. You guys don't have to sit there and listen to me. What are your toys to show it with props? What were you talking about, Kate? I have no idea what you're talking about.
How can you not know what I'm talking about? The video. He's got the dinosaurs and the little man and
Oh,
the
that's Michael Neiman, isn't it?
yeah. Mike. You could make the kids'
That
toys.
that one's so dated. They need a new one.
Exactly. You're the man.
I don't know. Some people can explain it. That makes sense to some people. It's just, I think that's the easiest way to do it, is to know that if anybody on your one side sells 2 challenge packs and everybody on your left side sells 4, or just 2 and 1, basically it's 2 and 4, you're making an extra $14 and you don't have to do anything. That's why we do a lot of team-wide things, is because it literally helps everybody. And Shakeology and 3-day refresh is actually considered a challenge pack as well. So people can sign up as a coach with that, which is what she was talking about, because it also waives your coach fee. It's one of the few, it's the only challenge pack that doesn't include Beachbody On Demand. Sorry, now I'm babbling. Anything else before we go? Because we're at 10 o'clock. No? Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. I love hearing people from Boston. I was wishing she wasn't going to pronounce her R's. It's such a different, just such a different tone too. Like everything is just, yeah, it was entertaining. Thanks, guys. What about why we need to reach SC10 first before? Erna, talk to your upline. It should have been talked about on your GSR call why Emerald and SC10 is important, because it's basically by Robbie's daughter, because you basically get free leads from Beachbody. So every month they kind of like, here you go, 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 here you go. Everybody who bought something on Beachbody On Demand, they hand those out to anybody who is an Emerald and hits SC10. So that's why Emerald's important. And you need Emerald to cycle bonus to get that extra $14 and the extra $18, or $16 if you're a Ruby, which most people aren't. How's work, Jer? Yeah, it's different being back, eh?
It's different, yeah. It's good though. I mean, it was so good to be back and to see
the social
faces I haven't seen in 16 months has been it's good. I wasn't as tired as I thought, but today going in, the drive was a nightmare. So I needed probably about 45 minutes before I could even start working, just to get the symptoms to settle down and
really
stuff. Yeah, but work's pretty flexible. They've been great. It's like, hey, if you just need to come in and walk around for 3 hours,
wow,
as long as you're here, we're happy. So
it's
been good.
It was cool to see that. I was happy for you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
We actually used to play a game. I should stop the recording.